Hello, gentlemen, and welcome back to yet another episode of the Gentleman's Club. I'm your host, marc.antomattei, and in today's episode, I'm going to be doing a head-to-head comparison of two Umeshus. This one over here on the far left, the Choya single year, and the one on the far right, the Choya black. Now, I've already did a head-to-head comparison between these two, the single year and the 3 years, and I found that I dislike this one the most, even though it is the most expensive one available on the market. Doesn't necessarily make it the best, at least for me. I like my Umeshu to be a little bit playful and very light, easy to go down, non-thinking drink. And this 3 years is a little bit too serious for me. These two are about exactly the same price. If you were to buy them both in the full-size bottle, it would be about 1,077 Japanese yen, which is about 10 US dollars for 720 milliliters of both. Wow. So, if you want to know the history or what is Umeshu, I recommend you look at my introduction video. But inside of this video, I'm just going to do a tasting comparison between these two. Fill this up just a little bit. All right, so first we're going to smell the single year. So the aroma of the black is a lot more intense, but even though it's more intense, it's not as pleasing or satisfying to the nose. Even though this one is lighter, it has a much more defined, affirmed smell that really gets you in the mood to want to consume this. So I would say for aroma, the Choya single year is definitely going to win, even though this one is stronger. Now for the actual taste. Wow, I wasn't ready for that. After taking a week off of consuming this last time, I almost forgot what it tastes like. It's very it's a dramatic difference between the black and the single year. The palate, when you first put it inside your mouth, is a little bit tart. It's a whole lot tart, actually. But as you swallow it, the finish is kind of sweet, really, really mellow. And now for the black. The palate of the black on the tongue, I would say, is a lot better than the single year. But the finish, is the finish necessarily better? Very hard to determine. I would say very hard to determine which one has the better finish. They're both defined and different in their own right. Definitely this one has a better palate on the tongue, has a better aroma to it. If I could say all around which one I like better, it's a very tough call. I'll go through the motions one more time. too difficult to call. Why does either one have to be a winner? I would say definitely it's a draw. They both each have their own defined taste. It reminds me very much of these two whiskeys that I have right behind me. Coincidentally, that I happen to have right behind me, because I happen to have a small stock of whiskeys with me here in Osaka, even though my main pride and share of whiskey is still inside of Tokyo at the immediate moment. There's these two Macellans. They're both aged 12 years. One is triple cask matured and the other one is double cask matured. Now, when I reviewed these and did a head-to-head comparison, they both had their own distinct flavors to them, and they were good in their own rights, but I didn't pit one above the other. They were equal but different. And it's very much the same thing between these two Umeshus. Wow. So if you can find both of these, I would recommend picking them both up, having a head-to-head comparison for yourself, determine which one you like better, and that's the one that you should ultimately stick with. But for me, I guess I'm going to have to conduct more tests because, it's just one of those things. More or less, when I'm drinking and consuming alcohol, I like to stick with whichever one I determine to be the best. I like to stick with that one most. And, even though I could say that I've tried these two, I would like to just stick with the one that I find being the best suited for my taste. And at this point in time, still don't know. Anyways, gentlemen, I'm just rambling and repeating the same things over and over again. I would like to thank you all for watching this review. Salute to you wherever you may be out in the world. And until next time, gentlemen, keep it classy.